Hey, what's up? This is Scott with Level Up Tutorials, and in this What is Wednesday, we're going to be talking about CI/CD, also known as continuous integration and continuous deployment. Now, we're going to be just briefly discussing what these things are at a high-level view. As a part of this What is Wednesday series, this is what we normally do here. We give an explain like I'm five version of something to say, hey, this is what it is, and then let you go off and do your own research to learn more. So what is continuous integration, continuous deployment? Why do you need them? Why would you use them? And what is the difference between both of them, considering those are two different sets of words? So let's actually take a look here first at GitHub Actions, and this might give you a bit of an idea of what these things do. The general premise overall here is that when you're working on code, you're typically working in branches and builds, and you're sending code up into your Git repository. Now, this could be in GitLab, GitHub, it doesn't matter where. I'm showing GitHub Actions here because this is a nice place to start. There are many things that you may want to do with your code before that code is either deployed or whether that code is integrated. Now, think about that. We have continuous deployment, CD, and continuous integration, where you integrate or merge your code in. So if you're moving code into the main base or maybe even the staging base, if you're moving code and you want to check it, maybe perhaps run a TypeScript checker, maybe perhaps run your tests, your integration tests, maybe you just want to run a code mod or patch some things, or you want to run some sort of analytics like code coverage for your test, things like that, or maybe something that's checking the versions of your packages and changing them and updating if they need being done, or perhaps it's measuring the size of your package to see if your package has grown in size since the last integration. So continuous integration is moving code into the main branch or staging branch, or essentially integrating your code and then checking that code before it comes in. So with GitHub Actions, you typically have tests that you can run. So first you might build your code to make sure if it builds. Then you may test your code. And then if the code tests and builds correctly, then you can merge that code into the main branch. That's continuous integration. Now, continuous deployment is very similar because they're usually used interchangeably. Really, CI/CD is used as sort of a sentence, right? You can even see world-class CI/CD, and here's another one, circles CI/CD. And here's one more, CI/CD, right? These things are often thought of as being very similar. And with deployment, it's the same thing, except for you're publishing the code at the end and you're not just integrating it. So whether or not you're running these automatically after the test build, the test pass, everything is good, then that code gets deployed. Now, really quick before we go here, let's talk about three different platforms that I've used personally to do CI/CD. Now, there's a lot of other ones. In fact, if you use a CI/CD platform that you really like, drop it in the comments and I will check it out. So first one is going to be GitHub Actions. The reason why I like GitHub Actions, as you can see here, I'm showing you an old one. I'm not going to show you one of our current ones. This is some old code 8 months ago. This is the last time this ran. We had one job that was build. It sets up the build. So this is an older log, so it's not going to show me the logs, but it's then going to set up MongoDB. It's going to check out the repo, install our packages, compile the TypeScript to make sure it compiles correctly. There's no TS errors. We're going to start MongoDB. We're going to run our API unit tests. We're going to then build the app. And then we're going to trigger a deploy, and then it's going to complete the job. Okay, so this is something that it might look like. Now, GitHub Actions are nice because they're free for basic usage. If you're doing like really basic things, it's going to be free for you. If you work on a team, it's going to cost you money, but in reality, it's not going to be that much. And if your project is kind of advanced enough to be needing to spend money on your GitHub Actions, right? It's usually making money, so it's not really a huge concern for me. Not only that, but all these other platforms are paid platforms, except for maybe GitLab. So you have GitHub Actions here, which is one of these platforms. You write a GitHub action, and there is a massive amount of documentation available for these things on GitHub. With GitHub Actions, you write them in YAML. You can use other pre-made GitHub Actions. It works very nice. We even have a course on GitHub Actions on Level Up Tutorials. hosted by Brian Douglas, who works at GitHub. So Brian kind of knows what he's talking about. So if you want to check that out, we have it at leveluptutorials.com. Now, another option here is Circle CI. This one's been around for a long time. Industry leading foundation for delivery at scale, confidence with every commit. Now, again, this is one that I haven't used a ton, but I know a lot of platforms and a lot of companies rely on this one. Circle CI is very popular, very widely used. So this is certainly an option for you, circleci.com. This is one I've used kind of heavily before we moved all of our CI/CD to GitHub Actions. This is a Semaphore CI. This is a really nice one. The thing I liked most about Semaphore is that they have a bit more visual style to their pipelines. You can see how this looks. And to me, I'm a visual learner. This thing really vibed with how I like to see my things take place. But overall, I found their platform to be very good as well. Just you can see, they have the patented benchmarks that, I don't know how much you can trust benchmarks on the company. It's like, we're the fastest. Okay. But, they say they're the fastest, and that's pretty cool. So check it out. A lot of people use this one. I really like this one for the interface first and foremost. I thought this one was really transparent when something was going wrong, what was going wrong. And for that, I really liked it. Now, there's also GitLab, which I don't know why this is Enterprise Edition here. Either way, GitLab is sort of a GitHub alternative. It's an open source platform. There is baked in continuous integration, continuous deployment tools into GitLab. I have used them. I don't remember writing a ton of it myself. What I remember is copying and pasting something from another site. So I know these things exist, but continuous delivery. That's about as much as I know. I know that I've used them and they have worked, but I haven't really gotten to know them. So give GitLab a check. If you're already on GitLab, it seems like a no-brainer, right? And that is really it. I think another one you could probably check out is Travis CI. I know that one's used pretty heavily. I've never touched it myself. No reason in particular. I just haven't. So maybe give Travis a check too. Either way, I use GitHub Actions myself and largely prefer them because I found like they were pretty easy to use and the tools are really widely available and there's a lot of people using them, so you can get really good documentation. So if this sounds like something you're interested in, check it out. This is continuous integration and continuous deployment. Again, you're running tests, you're building your code, you're doing all these things. If things pass, it goes up to production. If it doesn't, it gets a big red arrow that says, no, this code does not pass the tests. We don't merge it. And then you can override that if you choose to be dumb or not. So check it out, CI/CD. This is what it is. Let me know if you have any further questions about this. Leave them in the comments below, and I will respond with any answers that I have for you. So thanks so much for watching. And as always, if you want to learn about all of this and more, head on over to leveluptutorials.com. We have courses on so many cool things. Remix for everyone, Svelte Kit, accessibility for everyone, Astro for everyone, building Svelte components, modern GraphQL databases with Ryan Alinska, code automation with GitHub Actions for Brian Douglas. So many cool courses and a new course every single month. That is leveluptutorials.com. Thanks so much for watching it, and I will see you in the next one.